What is going on, gangers? Brother Namdi back at your service, and I'm here to dive into a continuing series where we look at fictional characters and what health conditions they may have. If you'd like to stay caught up with this series, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. For part 33 of this series, we are going to dive into a fictional character that people may or may not know, and his name is Mark Grayson from Invincible. I decided to use concussion to describe Mark's condition. Let's first dive into what a concussion actually is. So a concussion is a type of mild traumatic brain injury that is caused by a blow, bump, or jolt to the head. And that force makes the head and brain move rapidly back and forth. Sudden movement can cause the brain to bounce and twist inside the skull, leading to temporary changes in brain function. What causes a concussion though? Things like sports injuries in football, soccer, basketball, or any sport, falls, car accidents, physical assaults, and hitting your head on a hard surface. Common signs and symptoms of a concussion would be a headache, dizziness, balance problems, nausea and vomiting, sensitivity to light or noise, blurred vision. And it doesn't stop there, guys. It can also include confusion, trouble concentrating, feeling slowed, irritable, anxiety, or mood changes. In certain cases, a lot of people would tend to sleep more or have difficulty sleeping. Now, how does this relate to Mark Grayson, guys? Well, Mark is constantly punched, kicked, slammed, and headbutted by Viltrumites and other superpowered enemies, causing repeated blunt force trauma. Mark is also shown blacking out or becoming disoriented multiple times after head impacts. Loss of consciousness is a key clinical sign of concussion and suggests significant brain trauma. For those who watch Invincible, you notice after fights, Mark often shows confusion and delayed reactions, trouble focusing, slurred speech, balance issues, and more. Mark frequently returns to combat without adequate rest or recovery, and that increases his chance of repeated concussions or brain injuries. And one more note, guys. Severe facial trauma and internal injuries can temporarily reduce oxygen delivery to the brain, which can worsen concussion effects. Now, how are concussions diagnosed? Primarily, clinical evaluation of symptoms will be taken into consideration. If not that, neurological exams of balance, memory, and reflexes will be done. Notice how if an NFL player is feared to have a concussion, they take them to a blue tent. That's where they'll do a neurological exam. And lastly, you would do an imaging such as CT or MRI if the injury is very serious. In terms of treatment, the individual needs physical and cognitive rest. You should gradually return to school, work, or sports. And I would advise to avoid screens and strenuous activity early on during concussion phases. And before you return to any of these activities, please get a medical clearance. Please, before you go do sports. Mark Grayson simply needs rest, guys. But on another note, most concussions resolve within days to weeks, but repeated concussions can cause long-term problems if not managed properly. So please take this serious, guys. As always, if you have any of these conditions, please seek help, because at the end of the day, you matter. Fictional characters were used to give a different perspective in a situation. If you appreciate this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please check out the previous 32 parts to this series. If you have a suggestion for part 34, please drop it in the comments. And if nothing else, y'all take it easy.